and dove headfirst into the parking space behind the Porsche. Nick watched in fascination as the driver of the Mosquito realized she was not going to be able to wedge the vehicle into the limited space from such an angle. The compact whined furiously, jerking back and forth in several short, convulsive movements before abandoning its attack. Nick held his breath as the thwarted Mosquito maneuvered its way back out of the parking space and reluctantly pulled forward alongside the Porsche so that it could back properly into the slot. The Porsche survived unscathed, but Nick had the impression the Mosquito was defiant in defeat. He guessed then that the driver of the red insect was Philadelphia Fox. He watched her turn off the engine and climb out of the car, holding 2 paper bags of groceries that were so full they effectively blocked her vision. His first impression was that he was watching an entity of condensed, restless energy. Her movements were quick, sharp, impulsive. With a flash of insight, Nick realized that he was looking at a woman who did not wait for things to fall into place in their own time and in their own way. She pushed them into place. So this was his ticket home. He did not know whether to be dismayed or delighted. He had been in exile for 3 long years and was not yet certain what to make of Philadelphia Fox, but if he played his cards right, he might be able to use her to do what had to be done. It wasn't as if he had a lot of choice, he reminded himself. It was Phila Fox or nothing. He had no other options, and time was running out. The real question, of course, was whether he really wanted to go home. He told himself he was still ambivalent, but he knew that in his heart he had already made the decision. He would not be sitting in the heat and boredom of Holloway, Washington, if he didn't know what he wanted to do. Nick smiled faintly as he watched Philadelphia struggle with the grocery bags and her keys. From this distance, she looked neither sufficiently powerful nor beautiful enough to be capable of tearing the families apart. But that only went to show that dynamite could be packaged in raspberry pink jeans and an orange, green, and black jungle print camp shirt. Fox. She suited her name, Nick decided. There was something vixenish about her, something that was both keen and delicate. Her eyes were large in her triangular-shaped face, and they tilted slightly upward at the corners. They were watchful, wary eyes. She was not very tall, probably only about 5'4", and she was slender, with small, high breasts and a narrow waist. Her tawny brown hair was cut in a smooth, shining bob that hugged her jawline. He knew she was 26 years old and that she was unmarried. That, and the fact that she had apparently had close ties to Chrissy Masters, was about all he knew. Yesterday morning's phone call from Eleanor Castleton replayed itself in his head. "She's a problem, Nick. A terrible problem." "Yeah, I can see that, but she's not my problem." "That's not true, and you know it, dear. She's a serious threat to the families, and your family. What happened 3 years ago doesn't change that fact, and deep down inside, I'm sure you realize it." "Eleanor, I don't give a damn what happens to the families." "I don't believe that for 1 minute, dear. You're a Lightfoot. You would never abandon your heritage when the chips are down. Go and see her, Nick. Talk to her. Someone has to deal with her." "Send Darren. He's the one with the charm, remember?" "Hillary and Darren both tried to talk to her. She refused to listen to either of them. She's biding her time, looking for a way to turn the situation to her advantage. I know that's what she's doing. What can you expect from someone of her background? She's just another mischief-making little tramp like that master's.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.